Do you think that that kind of big worship service type Christianity is gone?
Gosh, I have a lot of thoughts. First off, I would agree with you 1,000%. There's two definitions of megachurch. One is just a pragmatic size number. And so it's either over 2,000 people or over 2,500 people. I don't know who's the authority who gets to decide. I read both numbers. But the other is like a philosophy of ministry, a way of doing church that I would define by 3 bullet points. 1, it's Sunday centric. 2, it's personality driven. And 3, preference oriented programming. So Sunday centric, I say, Russell, tell me about your church. You're like, oh, we meet at this theater or this thing, and I love what's happening. Personality driven. Our preacher is so good. His name is, her name is, whatever. Preference oriented spirituality. And we love the children's ministry. Are you there mostly for the youth group? And my wife's really involved in this thing that she really likes and finds helpful. Not bad things. I'm not saying that's bad. Mm-hmm. By that definition, there are a lot of 400-person megachurches. You know, you walk into some, there's 250 people in the room, but they're trying to be Hillsong, 5 years ago or whatever. And so you're right about the tremendous influence, and you would know the numbers better than I, but it's my understanding that even though the majority of churches are not megachurches, the great resorting, similar to Robert Putnam's kind of lifestyle enclaves, there's an application of that to church. It seems that the vast majority of American Christians are now in a smaller number of larger churches, whether they are officially megachurches or just larger. So I think 2 things, Russell. I think 1, there's not one size or model of church that I think is the, quote, biblical model. I think that's a zealous kind of youthful way to think about it. And it's not a bad pursuit to ask what would be the best biblical model for our time. I really like Tim Keller's idea of a gospel ecosystem in a city. And my interpretation of what he said is it's healthy for the kingdom of God in every city or town or place, rural area, to have an ecosystem. I think he would say every city should have at least one megachurch. Every city should have community churches, house church networks, seminaries, soul training institutes, mercy ministries, nonprofits, pastoral training schools. Like, you want a healthy diversity of different types of churches and church cultures to kind of round out the missing pieces of the kingdom of God.